Hello, lovely players. Now it's time to look at another aspect of the game that many people miss, which actually makes a huge difference. It's called draft bonus. To actually see it, you need to click on this icon, which looks like an A or an arrow or a star. So, what it basically means, the meaning of it, if you put heroes from the same faction, right, like Superman faction, based on the number, you get this extra bonus while fighting, right? Let me show you. We're going to put 3 heroes from the same faction. As you can see, it's been activated just like the enemy. The enemy has draft 4 heroes from the same faction to buff allies. The faction that I got draft 3 heroes from the same faction, just like them. So you can go for 4 heroes from the same faction, 4 heroes from the same faction plus 2 heroes from the same faction. Let's try this one. 4 heroes from the same faction and 2 heroes from a different faction. These will be my 2 heroes, and I'll need one last dark one. That didn't really activate. Plus 2 heroes from the same faction. Okay, so as I can see it, just as testing it for the first time, 4 heroes, same faction, plus 2 heroes from the same faction. So basically 6 heroes from the same faction. I guess that's what it actually means. So we need more on the dark side. Dark heroes. Not Superman, but dark. And he's not actually from the right faction. My mistake. He's Superman faction. Okay. Let's see if we have another one. That's a dark hero. Superman. Ah. I've just activated draft 6 heroes from the same faction to buff allies. That gives an extra HP 25% and attack 25%. Now let's talk about the next part. Gods, or as I like to call them, light faction, which can only stand in front of dark. Dark against light, light against dark. Where camp restrain will only give extra damage against each other. They're different than the rest of the factions, the technology, the nature, the Superman, and the Dark Hero. A universal one, which I considered actually dark, the real dark, this one, right? It does not activate array, but different numbers of university heroes will bring extra buff for allies. So let us try to add one of that category. We're gonna remove one and we're gonna add one from that faction. Did you see how the color changed? How it looks now? Right, so adding him added armor plus 25. I think it's based on his level and his awakening. So what we just did is achieve draft 5 heroes from the same faction, which gives a buff to all the monsters, and using a universal category faction, he added armor plus 25. Of course, the power is very weak still, but let's add our spaceship. Now we're looking a little bit better. Let's see how it reacts. Let's see if that hero has fallen. Nope, he hasn't fallen. He's in good condition. So that part of factions and how it can actually make a difference in increasing buffs, attacks, armor actually is critical. Now, let's go back to draft 3 heroes from the same faction. 1, 2, and 3. We're gonna remove these 2. We're gonna add these 2. Now we're enjoying draft 3 heroes from the same faction to buff allies, HP plus 10%, attack plus 5%, and universal monster I added, armor plus 25. So what will happen if we add more of the universal heroes? Let's add the third one. Okay, so as we see, each universal hero you add actually increases more of the extra buffs. Every one by number. One monster, armor 25. A second, broken armor plus 20. A third, critical plus 15. And we still have the draft 3 heroes from the same faction buff. Of course, both of them are actually pretty much weak, but that's how buff and that draft works in adding power to your monsters. Let's go for a battle and let's see the performance. I see they're holding pretty well. Yep. Their armor is much better. Definitely their armor is much better. Their attack is better. Yeah, it really made a difference. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video and tune in for the next one.